Nobody creates a niche quite like Mercedes, but this time I think it might have outdone itself. The newest member of its AMG family is available in two flavours. You can have the A45 AMG hatchback or the CLA45 AMG four-door coupe. Now both these cars are mechanically identical, so that means they've got identical performance and identical fuel economy of over 40 mpg. Nevertheless, we're going to attempt to pick between the two. First things first though, let's put the A45's performance and handling to the test. And as luck would have it, we've got a track to ourselves. The engine we have here is absolutely extraordinary. It's the first ever four-cylinder engine AMG has built, and it's a 2-litre turbo with 355 horsepower. Now that makes it the most powerful engine per litre of any production car in the world. Mercedes say it'll do 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds, but after a couple of laps of this track, I'm fairly convinced it'll go a lot quicker than that. What really defines this driving experience is the four-wheel drive system. It can send up to 50% of the power to the rear wheels when you need it, and what that means is there's absolutely tons of grip and you can deploy that full 355 horsepower whenever you need it. Okay, so it's not quite as adjustable on the throttle as a rear-wheel drive BMW M135i, but that's not to say it's boring. Find the limits of grip and you can definitely feel the car just moving around underneath you, just testing your driving skills. As for the brakes, well, they're absolutely mighty, and the steering is pretty pin sharp. Could do with a little bit more feel, but to be honest, I'd just be splitting hairs. This is a car that's been designed to be immensely powerful, but immensely usable at the same time, and in that department, it definitely delivers. But let's be honest, how many of us will actually get a track to ourselves? It's on the road that really counts. So, can it do comfortable and relaxed? It's over to the CLA. No, not really. The standard car's problem was its brittle ride, and with its stiffer springs, dampers and anti-roll bars, this AMG version isn't really any better. But here's the thing, in the standard car, a back-braking ride is unforgivable, but in this AMG version, I don't mind being jiggled about a bit. Why? Because when the road opens up, you can do this. AMG models are famous for sounding completely outrageous, so getting a small 2-litre engine like this to sound good was always going to be a big challenge, but I think AMG have done a fantastic job. You get a sports exhaust as standard, or we'd recommend you go for the performance option. That means you get the occasional pop and crackle on the overrun. As for the gearbox, well, it's an improvement on the standard car, but it still gets a little bit confused in auto mode, so I'd have to say the VW Group DSG equivalent is a little better, but it does have a party trick. Accelerate and change up on full bore, and it makes this lovely thumping noise on the upshifts. So that's what they're like to drive, but are these two cars as similar on the inside as well? In the front, it's impossible to tell the A-Class and the CLA apart. Both get upgraded trim, grippy sport seats and a bespoke gear selector and paddles. It's a similar story in the back seats, where both are a little bit cramped. But the CLA gets a 470 litre boot, and that's 129 litres more than the A-Class with the seats up. I'm going to have to come clean. This is a seriously close run thing. So the CLA has a few more litres in the boot, and the A-Class, for some reason, feels a little lighter on its feet, but these are very slim margins indeed. What I do know is that both cars deliver sledgehammer acceleration and unbreakable grip. In the end, I think this is going to come down to price and personal styling preference. By the way, the A-Class is going to cost from around 38 grand and the CLA from around 41. You know what? This is way too close to cool. Has anyone got a coin?